Hi. Yeah, hi everyone. Thanks for joining the Megaport Live Tech. This is a global weekly webinar that we're running on Friday. So I'll be doing the sharing for today. So I have a topic for today. So for today's sessions, I'll be sharing about Megaport MCR and MVE. So therefore, after that, I'll be doing some simple demo, and here is some information about me. So I'm Serena Toh, the pre-sale solution architect at Megaport, and I'm based in Singapore. So below is my email and my LinkedIn. So feel free to connect to me at my below email and LinkedIn. Yep. So without further ado, I will start on a topic on what is Megaport Cloud Router. So if you have any question, feel free to drop into the chat box. If not, you can email to me, then we can have a discussions after the webinar. Yeah. So what is Megaport Cloud Router? So Megaport Cloud Router is a layer 3 services that is deployed in Megaport network. So in short, we call it a MCR. So MCR is a managed virtual router services that enable direct networking between endpoints on our Megaport network itself. So unlike a physical port in the data center, MCR can be deployed and purchased as a standalone services to route traffics, between different cloud environments. So it also can be connected to a customer port in a data center to route the traffic back to a physical locations if this is your part of your requirement as well. Yep. So with MCR, it support multi-cloud connections to the leading CSP through our backbone because we are already interconnected to all the CSP. So up to date, we have more than 300 clouds on ramps that we are already interconnected. So using MCR, it allows you to peer securely and also privately to all the CSP, which is already integrated into our backbone using our VXC, which is our layer 2 services. Yep, over here. So with MCR, there isn't a need to invest in any hardware. Okay, therefore, there isn't a need to maintain and manage the MCR because all will be fully managed by Megaport itself. So it saves a lot of time, resources, and effort for doing deployment of the MCR itself in our portal. So with MCR deploying our portal itself, we have this looking glass which allow you to view traffic's routing in the portal. Okay, so for customers that require connections to AWS public VIF and also like Azure Microsoft peering, for example, Megaport also supply you a public IP address for such purposes. Yeah, if you're using an MCR. Okay, so MCR also supports some of the BGP attributes such as route filtering, BFD, AS prepare, NET, MBD, etc. So what are some consideration for using MCR? So if you have requirements to deploy a router quickly in hours, or days, you could use leverage on MCR. And MCR can be used for migration projects like cloud-to-cloud migrations. By using MCR for cloud-to-cloud communications, because it doesn't require you to route the traffic back to the on-premise, so help to lower latency and also save a lot of costs. So using an MCR to connect to the cloud, it actually reduces a lot of cloud egress costs as compared to using via the public internet. Yeah. And then I'll move on to talk about what is Megaport Virtual Edge. Okay, so Megaport Virtual Edge stands for MVE. MVE is an on-demand, vendor-neutral NFV platform that provide virtual infrastructure for network services at the edge of Megaport SDN. So in short, we offer you the compute, networking, and connectivities, internet to the Megaport backbone. So network technologies such as SD-WAN, next-gen firewall are hosted directly on Megaport global network via this MVE itself. So MVE allows customers to deploy next-gen firewall, SD-WAN gateway, virtual routers, and integrated transit gateway in minutes using our portal. So customer can choose your own overlay, such as SD-WAN, as based on my diagram, you can choose Aruba, Cisco, VM, Fortinet, Versa, and also routers like Fortinet, Cisco, and firewall, Palo Alto, Fortinet, while Megaport will provide you the underlay backbone. So some key considerations for using MVE is that it will be a good option for customer who doesn't have a data center or would like to virtualize their data center. They can rely on MVE to do that, or they have certain requirements to use certain vendor brands in their network. For example, their company policy is to use only Cisco, or maybe only to use Palo Alto, for Central. Or they would want to extend the SD-WAN enable branch into the cloud using Megaport backbone. So it's for like branch to cloud connectivities. So, or even using MV to connect to branch office securely using our Megaport backbone. So it's like branch to branch connectivities. And for those who require security solutions, such as like firewalling, to do IDS, deep pack inspections, etc. So these are some of the considerations, for deploying a MVE in your network. So for MVE, basically, you have to bring your own licensing. So it's a bring your own license approach, okay? And then you can choose to host your SD-WAN, firewall, or router on top of the MVE, okay? So using MVE, as per in the diagram, you're able to connect to different endpoints in Megaport backbone, such as data center, and also to multiple cloud, as well as other MVE or MCR or ports that you already have in your network. So it depends on requirements. You also can connect your SD-WAN enable branch or site on to an MVE, adding as an SD-WAN gateway to extend the connections to Megaport backbone. Okay, so the SD-WAN enable branch will use the internet to connect to the MVE. So in general, you provision a MVE at metro locations nearest to your branch site and on-prem locations to benefit from the lowest latency and the highest throughput. Yep. So you also can connect, multiple locations, branch office to an individual MVE, or you can deploy multiple instances of MVE and load balance your branch site. Yep. So for MCR and MVE, we both offer a diversity zone. Okay, so during deployment, you may choose to deploy the MCR and MVE based on the diversity zone, or let the porter decide for you when you choose the auto options as per in the diagram. So these are some of the options that you can choose it on the portal. So later on during the demo, I can show you. Okay, so with diversity zone, your device is deployed in a different hardware, in the same data center or a different data center within the same region or different region based on your requirements. Okay, so what happened is that during Megaport scheduled maintenance, no more than one diversity zone, okay, in a given metro will experience downtime. Okay, so if you build diverse connections, will build in redundancy and also prevent single point of failure. So these are the MVE enable locations. You can find them through the portal, through the link over here, okay? So once you click on the link, you'll be able to have a web page for you to find, where you can deploy your MVE and which are the locations. So what I've listed down is mainly the MVE in APAC that you can deploy your MVE. Whereas for MCR, we also have the portal for you to find out the locations. So through this URL, you are able to find out, the MCR enable location in the APAC. Okay, so example, if you do not want to do it in APAC, you can do it in other country as well. So just use our URL to do the filtering for you to find the locations of the MCR and the MVE. Yeah. So now it's time for me to do a live demo, okay, to show you how we can deploy a MCR and an MVE on the go. So let me head to my portal. Yeah. So this is the landing page, okay, for the portal. So you'll be greeted with a globe, okay. Okay, so you can spin around the globe, okay. So all the dots, all the points show the locations that we have point of presence in. So up to date, we have more than 850 point of presence around the globe, okay? You could also extend the globe, okay, to check on where you want to deploy the services. For example, you can just click on here and to create a pod in this Finland locations, okay? So over the dashboard here, I provide you a bird eye view of all the services you have in the portal. So it show you that, how many pods and how many MCR, MV and VXE are currently in your portal. Yeah. So if you do not like this view, you could also deploy the services using our service tab. Yeah. So as you can see, this is our service tab. So you are able to create create a pod, create an MCR and an MVE. Okay, so for today, I'll be showing you how to create a MCR, okay, using our portal very quickly. Yeah, so let me hit on. So you just click on MCR. Okay, so these are all the locations that you can deploy your MCR. Okay, so for today demo, I will be creating my MCR to, let's say, Japan. Okay, I'll find Japan. Okay, so as you can see here, these are the diversity zone that I talk about. Okay, so you can let the system decide for you to put your diversity if you choose the auto. Otherwise, if you prefer on either red or blue zone, you can choose. Okay, so for today demo, I'll just let it choose to auto. Okay, so I'll just deploy my MCR in NTT in Japan, for example. Okay, so the rate limit that we have for our MCR come with 4 speed. So we have a 1 gig and all the way up to 10 gig. So for today demo, I'll be doing a 1 gig. So you put a name for MCR. So I'll just put demo MCR. Okay. And then if you have some comments or service levels reference that some comments that you want to put it over here, you may enter. Otherwise, you can leave it. Okay, so our services come with subscription. So you can either choose a no subscriptions, or if you want to enjoy better cost saving, you could actually choose from 12 to 36 months. So I'll just choose a no subscriptions. So every MCR will come with ASN, a public ASN for you to use if that's your requirements. So if you have your own ASN, you're free to change it as well. Okay, so I just press next and then check everything's in okay, and then you add MCR. And then I'll place an order now. And then I'll do an order now. Yep, so what I have showed you is that I already managed to create the MCR, okay, to Japan. So as you can see now, it's still in deployment state, okay. Once the service has been up, you realize that this icon, the gray icon, will change to a green icon like below, okay, or stated as service is up, yep. So while we are waiting the service to be up within a few minutes, I'm going to show you how to create a MVE, a virtual edge. Okay, well, the service has been up. Okay, it's pretty fast. Yeah. So let's create a MVE for now. Okay. So likewise for MVE, you need to choose the locations. Okay. That you want to deploy the MVE, So for demo, I'll choose Singapore, and then these are all the data centers that you can spin out MVE. So maybe I'm going to spin out on Rack Central. I'll leave it to auto for my diversity zone. Okay. Yep. So these are the list of the MVE vendor that you can choose from. Yep. So for today demo, I'm going to do a Palo Alto firewall, for example. And then I'm going to pick up the version and I'll have a name. I'll say demo firewall. And then you need to choose the compute, to spin up this MVE. Okay, so for demo purposes, I'll choose the smallest compute. Okay, so for the compute wise, please check with your vendor how much to size up for your MVE for your firewall. So I will just key in a password for this. Let's see, okay. And I'll key in the SSH key for you to SSH into the equipment. And then likewise, it's the same. You need to choose a contract term, a subscription term. Okay, so I'll put no subscription. I'll say yes. Okay, so you make sure everything is okay, you add MVE. Yeah. Okay, so for every MVE, it comes with a attached Megaport internet. So this allows you to SSH into the appliances after the MV has been spin up. So let's choose Singapore for this instance. And then I will say SG2. Okay, you need to select the rate limit. The smallest rate limit will be 20 Mbps. So 20 Mbps is good enough for you to just SSH to your appliance for configurations. Yeah. And then I will choose a subscription as well. So no subscription, and I'll leave the rest to default. I will say next, and then I will add a VXC. And then remember to place the order. Okay. So I'll say order now. Yep. So as you can see, I have managed to deploy my MVE firewall, okay, within minutes, okay. So now we need to wait for it to do a deployment, okay. So for Palo Alto, the provisioning and configuration could take up to as long as 15 minutes for them to do the provisioning. So meanwhile, we are waiting. I will create another MVE, okay, to show you how we can configure the MVE as a virtual router. So likewise, for the same, I will choose Singapore has a location. And then maybe I'll choose Rack Central. And then this time round, I will be choosing a Cisco 8000 Catalyst series, okay? So I'll put a name, I'll say demo Cisco. And then I need to choose a compute, okay? So as you can see now, for Cisco 8000 series, you can choose to do in a SD-WAN or autonomous mode, but for today's demo, I'll be doing just a normal virtual router, and I'll put my SSH key in. And then, yeah, we have to choose a subscription, no subscription. And then once everything is okay, yep, you can just add an MVE, and then I will attach internet as well. So I'll attach to Singapore because my MV is in Singapore. And then I'll choose maybe SG2. And then likewise for the same, I will also choose a 20 meg Mbps. And then I will say next. And then I'll add a VXC, okay? And then let me order it now. Yep. So as you can see, my MVE Cisco is still in deployment. Let's wait for a few minutes for it to get provision. Okay, so my Palo Alto MVE has been up already. Okay, so let's check on the MCR has also been up. So what next is that I'm going to show you how to create a VXC connections to the CSP using a MCR. Okay. So based on this demo MCR, let's click on connections, okay? And then I will choose a cloud. Okay, so these are all the cloud that you can choose to get connected to. So for today's demo, I'll be showing you on how to get connected to a Google Cloud using MCR, okay? So obviously you need to get the parent key, okay, which are already pre-generated. So just give me one sec. Okay, I'll just key my parent key over here. So one is validated. Okay, you need to choose, where you want to get connected to. Since I'm in Japan, let's choose maybe Osaka, and then I will hit next. And then I will give a name. I will say GCP VXE. Okay. I also need to choose the rate limit that I want to get connected to. So I'll choose a 50 meg. And then likewise, I'll say no subscription. Okay. And then I'll just follow the steps and say hit next. Okay. Just check everything is okay. And okay, we say the MCR connection configuration will be generated automatically. Okay, once it's live, you can modify it. And then the BGP will also be enabled. So you just add the VXC and then you hit order. Okay, so make sure everything is okay and you hit order now. Okay, well, so I have just shown you how quickly it's for you to make a connections to the Google Cloud using a MCR. Ad has multiple connections, VXC to the MCR as well, okay, using the plus connection over here. Okay, so since I've already shown you how to get connected to the MCR, now I'm going to show you the same thing, how you can create a VXC to the MVE as well. So yeah, let's head over. Let's say I head over to my Cisco router. Okay, I'll click a plus sign and then I'll go to cloud. And then for demo purposes, I will choose AWS, okay, instead of Google Cloud again. Then I'll choose a hosted with, and then I will choose the location. Since mine is Singapore, I will just choose Singapore. Let's say global switch. Then I will just hit next. I will put a name for my AWS. I'll say AWS VXC. And then I'll put a rate limit as well. I'll say maybe 50 meg. There are no subscriptions. And I'll say next. Okay, so at this point of time, you'll prompt you for your AWS account ID. So make sure you have this information with you. So let me copy my ID. Okay, so this is my AWS account ID. And then have your customer ASN ready as well. So you can also set up a BGP password, okay? And then you can key in your customer IP address. Okay, so let me just key in. Okay, so once I'm okay, I will just hit next. Okay, make sure everything is okay. And then you'll add the VXC. And then you'll say order now. Okay, so what I've just shown you is that how to create a VXC connection using an MVE as well as connections to the MCR. Okay, so let me do a refresh to see whether my Google Cloud is up or not. Okay, just head over to my account. Okay, so this will approximately take another few more minutes, for it to get up. So once it has been up, okay, just head over to here. You can see that, the MCR has been up, okay. And then just go back to services again. We can just click on this VXC. Okay, so as you can see that, just now there isn't a need for you to key your local IP and peering IP. All has been automated for you as well, okay? So yeah, okay. So as you can see, the service status is up and the BGP service also is up already, yeah. So your connections to the cloud has been peer, successfully, okay? So let me just go back to here again. Yep, okay. So as you can see, MCR connection to Google Cloud can be deployed in minutes, okay? So within half an hour, we have managed to deploy a Google Cloud. Whereas for MVE, okay, so what next is that once you have configured the AWS, you need to SSH into your equipment, okay, to do the configurations, connections, to do the BGP connections to the AWS, for this instance, okay. So let me click on here. Lastly, just to show you, okay, the IP address. So this will be the IP address that's assigned to the MVE. So you can use that to SSH in, okay. In view of time, I have already pre-created my MVE just now. Okay, so I'll be showing you that you can use this IP address to access the URL for my Palo Alto. Yes, yeah, so this is 59, so 162.136.59. Okay, so once the connection has been up, okay, this will be the page for you to do the configuration, yeah. Okay, so thank you so much for your time. So with that, I came to an end for my demo. So let me see if we have any question. If not, we will end the call. Okay, so see there's no question. So I will end today Q&A as well. So thank you so much for being here today, and I wish you all good Friday. Thank you, Dave. Over to you.
All good. Thank you, Serena.